Hey everybody, Ronnie here. So, the first thing I want to ask is, what do you think about the new intro? I had a lot of work put into that. No, I didn't do the work myself. I paid for it. But anyhow, there were two things I wanted to talk about today. The first one is yesterday, the new task force on semi-truck leases was started. And it was not anything that I was expecting. It was supposed to basically be their first meeting, get started on some fact finding, and it sounds like they've actually already come to some conclusions. The first one, there are two that we're interested in, is that the company that is providing the lease for the truck, whether it's just a lease or a lease purchase, should not also be the company that is paying the driver or the lessee. That would definitely cause some issues for companies like Swift with their lease purchase or lease options. It might even cause some issues for Super Ego because they do actually pay the drivers, their lessees. So that'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on. There was a second thing. Now everybody agreed, by the way, that the company that is doing the lease should not be the company that is paying the lessee. The second thing that came up was about the equipment, the quality of the equipment being leased. And that's an important thing because as a lessee, we take on the responsibility, the financial responsibility for maintaining our trucks. And if something breaks, we are also taking on the financial responsibility for repairs. You all know when I was on the road, my Peterbilt broke and it was a whole thing. And it took a month to get fixed. And fortunately, the only thing that I had to actually pay was a tow bill because everything was covered under the warranty, the manufacturer's warranty. With that said, there are some companies that are providing older equipment. Even Super Ego, you have the option to go with an older truck and might not have as robust a warranty situation. And if you have an older truck with 500,000 or 750,000 miles racked up on the odometer, then you can expect that's probably not going to be the most reliable vehicle. And when you're getting into something that old with that many miles, you really don't even know how well that truck has been taken care of. It can pass an inspection, and I'm sure it did. You're rolling the dice on those. And most of the panel was interested in cracking down on some of these older truck leases. Astoundingly, one of the members of the panel didn't quite agree with that. It was the representative from OTR Leasing. If you have ever been to OTR Leasing's website, those are some fairly well-seasoned trucks. I will try and put something up right here showing some of the trucks that they offer. I'm not saying they're bad trucks, and I'm not saying that OTR is a bad company. That's all. I'm sure they're all fine. But going and saying if a truck's got 500,000 miles on it, you can't lease it, that would definitely impact their business model, and that's for sure. I haven't actually done any research on how people have done with the OTR leases, so I'm going to go ahead and get into that. I'm going to do some research and I'm going to report back. But that would definitely be a bit of a hamper for their business model. He was definitely not happy about that one. The big thing about the meeting was that when it comes down to it, it seems like they came into it with some preconceived notions. And I don't know how much research it will take to make any changes to those preconceived notions. But I do see there being some pretty heavy-handed regulation coming in the not distant future. I'll keep an eye on this, and we'll see how things shake out. The second thing I wanted to talk about was I was just watching some stupid videos on YouTube, as we do. And I know you do because you're watching this one. But this video was just dash cam videos from truckers, and there was a large number of these videos where you saw semis roll over. Why they rolled over is unimportant. Most of the time it was actually the driver's fault. However, the thing that I kept seeing over and over again is that these semis caught the rollover and kept going. Now, I understand. We work on oftentimes some very tight timetables. But when you see another trucker in real distress, and I'm not talking about blowing a tire, I'm not talking about the transmission giving out, I'm talking about the whole freaking semi flipping over. It is, in my opinion, our responsibility as fellow truckers to pull over and at least get out and check and make sure that the other driver is still alive. Even though we're not directly involved, being there on the scene as a professional driver gives us a certain level of responsibility. And if something like that happened to me, I would absolutely want someone to get out of their truck, pull over, get out of their truck, and check on me. What if I was really hurt? Let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And I will talk to you next time.